I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams. It must be very difficult. The voices in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace it. Stephen.
What are you? Are you like living inside of me?
It's a little more complicated than that.
Mark, you look different.
We protect the vulnerable and deliver justice.
This is the best, worst day of my life.
Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, only on Disney+.
Stephen.
There he is. Hello, man in the mirror.
I know you're scared.
A bit, yeah.
I know you're confused. You weren't supposed to see any of this.
What are you?
Sure you want to know?
Mark, you look different.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Am I like some sort of secret agent?
It's a little more complicated than that. We protect the vulnerable and deliver justice.
This is the best, worst day of my life.
Marvel Studios' Moon Knight, only on Disney+.
Summon the suit.
Summon the suit? What are you saying?
The suit.
The suit?
And keep this safe.
So be it.
Let's go, let's go.
That was awesome.
Pit in Hatter to Acht Hebera.
When you look past the surface, what do you see? Complicated man, battling an inner conflict, struggling for balance.
Am I like some sort of secret agent?
It's a little more complicated than that.
Force of strength. Wondering what the hell is happening around her. Steven!
A mysterious figure, worshipped, exalted, and you don't want to come face to face with his unworldly power.
Marvel's Moon Knight is coming to Disney+. Trust me, he's the one you'll see coming.
So do we just hang out in here now until the show comes out?
Relax, all right? They're serious about the no spoilers thing. Turns out.
I don't know. I think we do have a lot to say about our show. Like, for instance, the fact that it's that's that's
You
Mr.
can't say
Knight.
any of that.
Yeah, but you can say that there's
And
No.
at the end,
Hello, this is literally why we're never gonna get out of here.
you guys getting any reception? Wi-Fi, 5G? Isn't it?
A little off the wind.
No good.
I didn't factor
No
the wind.
good.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder.
I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I think I'm losing it.
We'll catch you on. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen.
I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh my god, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark?
It must be very difficult. The voice in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
And we are live with another episode of Moon Knight Aftershow. This is episode 3 of Moon Knight. This is the show brought to you by The Keeg, where we talk about Moon Knight, literally right after we watch Moon Knight. The show comes out at midnight Pacific time, and we're here at 1 a.m. Pacific time, and we're here to talk about episode 3 of Moon Knight. I'm your host, Dimitri Pereira. I can't do this alone. Never have, never will. But I got my co-host, Paul Lau. Paul,
Yeah,
say hi to the audience.
Hi, audience. Welcome to Codependency.
Paul, do that dance. Do the dance. Do the dance that I taught you. Thank you.
Ooh.
Is that a top? Was that
No,
a top?
remember, it's tutting. Don't you know that, since it's an Egyptian theme show?
Oh, got it.
That's for anyone who's watching the live stream. You're watching us on Volume, YouTube, or Twitch. You could see what's going on with Paul, and that's awesome. But if you're listening to the podcast, that's wherever you get your podcast from, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. You can't see what Paul's doing. So, Paul, good job, buddy.
All right, yeah. All right, 2 hands, yeah.
We got a special guest for today. We change the guests up every episode because they're so awesome. We just one time's enough. We got Hannah, aka your Favesian.
Yeah, you got it right. Hello. That's like the first time.
Why? What do people think?
Probably
people
Urfa
get-
Veason.
They get so creative. I didn't think it was going to be that hard, but thank you. Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. You do awesome TikToks, and I felt like it's time. Moon Knight After Show episode 3. This is your
Yes,
episode.
it is. You know? I was prepared.
I'm just thinking about AZN being the abbreviation for Asian, and my buddy in high school having that as his like AOL screen name.
Oh my gosh.
And like when I was younger, I was like, I don't know what's AZN. He's like, Asian. Oh, okay, I guess.
It was really popular in like middle school.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm with you. But how close were you to having that as part of your username? Like URFAVZN?
That was not a thought that ever crossed my mind because I haven't thought about it since middle school.
Yeah, that's fair. LOL, BRB. I'm glad that we got you on this show. How have you been liking Moon Knight so far?
That's a loaded question.
Episodes 1 and 2. Let's just say, like, before this episode even happened, how have you been liking?
Okay. Well, for me personally, what I really like to do with these like Disney Marvel shows, I like to go in completely blind. So I literally block and mute like Moon Knight. I do all of that. I don't want any spoilers. So the first like 2 episodes, obviously, like I'm trying to piece everything together. Right. So is everyone else. But just like the different dynamics that Oscar Isaac is like bringing to the screen of like completely different characters, it truly does feel like 2 different people playing Mark versus Steven. And that's just something that like hooked me in right away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could see it on his face when he switches and like, it's like, I don't think of him as the same character.
Yeah.
Like Steven and Mark. Like a
no.
lesser actor, it would be like, oh yeah, it's this person. They're playing 2 roles.
When I like was like going into the show, I knew that like Ethan Hawke was going to be in it. So I was like, okay, so is Ethan Hawke an alter? Like what? I know this has to do with DID. I don't know what is all going on. And it obviously became very clear very quickly that was not the case.
Yeah.
So it has been like just really interesting to see the different alters come out, especially with all like the very intentionally positioned mirrors. That is something I really like.
Yeah. On like the things that pop up a lot are reflections. What are the other themes that have popped up? Reflections being a big one.
Well, I think just like the reflections coming up in like different ways. So it's like obviously you have the mirrors, you have like puddles, and then you have just like a knife reflection, you know, like all these like all these little things. And it's where you wouldn't necessarily ever be looking for a reflection, but they're there. So it's just like I don't know, for me, I think that's like a really cool way to remind us that like Steven is always there or Mark is always there while the other is there.
Right. I'm glad that this episode's finally like picking up. I've liked it so far, but like it's ramping up, right?
Yeah.
It moved really fast for me. I was like, the tempo was way, way more. Like a lot was happening. Yeah. And we're getting to see more Mark time than Steven time.
And especially in
it's
this episode, right?
Yeah. But, you know, now we have another mystery. Is there a third or is it Khonshu? Because Mark isn't exactly a murderer, not intentionally. Like he holds back a lot. Yeah. Especially when it's kids.
Right. Hannah,
I have a theory. Yeah. I have a theory that there's a third alter that is Jake Lockley.
Sure.
So I know very, very little amount of information about his entire thing. I know that he was a cabbie in New York City, which that would make sense that he can speak multiple languages, but I also think it's just like he's been popping up in other ways as well. I know a lot of people were talking about like the postcards that were being sent from Steven's mother.
Yeah.
I think that's coming from Jake, not Mark. But that's just a theory.
Interesting.
A film.
You guys have any theories about that?
I mean, if they call him Jake Lockley, they're calling him Jake Lockley in name only, right? Because they're kind of mixing around. Like these personalities aren't exactly like what they are in the comics, and that's fine. I do think he has a third identity. That being said, I think it's very similar to. There's been a couple of things in comic book related stuff that have had a person with a dual identity getting a third. One of which is I know it sucks to bring up Iron Fist. Did you ever watch Iron Fist?
I watched part of it and I couldn't finish.
It's fair. That's fair. Season 2 is better than season 1, and Colleen Wing is awesome the whole way through. And she should just be Iron Fist. We don't need Finn Jones being Iron Fist. Colleen could be Iron Fist, and I'm cool with that. There's a character in the comics, Typhoid Mary. She's in season 2, and she has a bad personality and a good personality. And then in the third, they dive deeper, and she's like, I have a third. And like, oh, okay. And they never really like get much into it. I feel like that's very similar. And then Two-Face in the Batman the Animated Series had an episode where his third identity was the Judge. And so, like, you know,
right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a black.
Sorry, real quick. We got a comment on Twitch that's from Maddie Dink or Maddie D Inc. Haven't seen the episode yet, but wanted to say hi to Hannah.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay, cool.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Spoiler alert. Talking about it.
Yeah. Sorry. And then who was about to say something before? Paul, did I cut you off?
I was just gonna say the Two-Face episode. Now I remember.
Yeah.
With the wig and the gavel, and then he had black.
You're just describing a judge. You couldn't have.
No. But he had a faceless.
Have seen the episode, and you could just be like, yeah. He was there was a robe involved.
Sure.
There was a gavel and a wig.
I'm a great eyewitness. I say only the obvious things.
Yeah.
It happened in a city, and there was a weapon, and someone died. So that's what the murder was, and I saw the whole thing.
Yeah. I do think Moon Knight has a third. That's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a Norman Bates. It's actually his mother is the third personality.
Really?
And no, that's not real. But I just like.
But
the
that would be
idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, if they just did
like
a callback
Mama
to
Bear
Psycho.
mode. And like, go for it.
I just watched the Vixen on. I just him having bear powers, like moon bear powers.
This third person, this third alter, though, would be homicidal, right?
Sure. Yeah, I'm assuming.
Or still good, but willing to stab people.
Is this how they bring the Punisher into this universe? And
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. No, I don't.
I'm not.
I think it kind of feels like the third alter, if there is one, is like formed out of necessity to bridge Mark and Steven to do what neither of them can do, like to be the one that they don't want to be.
Okay. In that case, it's only a matter of time until that third alter kills Layla.
Why would you say that?
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want that to happen. I like her. I want to see her flesh out more and do more things, but at the same time, like
I am devastated that you would even bring that to the table.
Don't, Hannah. It's not me. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying that if this third alter is willing to do stuff the other two don't, and the other two love Layla, well, if you got to kill Layla to save the world, that third alter kicks in. That's bad.
That's a very Joss Whedon writing style.
Yeah, it is. It's giving Joss Whedon.
No. It's the whole note of make sure you punish your characters, have the first episode be their best day, and then just keep hurting them and hurting them.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't want that. I'm just
No. It's just your idea would follow that.
Hannah, I don't know if you know Miss Marauder on TikTok and Instagram. Miss Marauder, and she was on last week's episode.
Oh, yeah.
She was on last week's episode of the Aftershow. Yeah. Vagabondage was in the first. Miss Marauder was the second. So Miss Marauder's in the chat right now. She says, have we covered why Khonshu was sitting in the car in such a sexy way? Khonshu
car.
was sitting in the on that car.
Yeah.
Was Khonshu sitting on a car in a sexy way? What was he doing?
Oh, you felt it?
I think she's referring to a TikTok I made earlier, calling Khonshu hot. It was a joke. It was a joke. Disclaimer, but
I don't.
Man, he has broad shoulders.
I don't get it.
He's tall. He's got that deep voice.
He's tall because he has a bird skull for a head.
No. It's no. Come on.
And he can float. Is he floating or is he standing?
His head is floating,
he's
but
a
it's
god,
attached.
so I feel
to
like that
his-
answers just a lot of inexplicable questions.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Miss Marauder said he had like the one leg up. Everyone says it's a joke, but they're still making the edits.
Also, he's
Because
sassy.
is it a joke?
I don't know. Have we decided whether Khonshu's good or not, or deserves our sympathy or not? I don't want to rush to the end of this episode because there's a lot to talk about, but like, is he bad? Should I feel bad?
I think it kind of depends on the context of morality in which you are judging him, because he is a god.
Yeah, it's trying to shatter your expectations of the all-knowing, all-seeing, all-good God. It's more the pantheon, the kind that if there were gods, I would prefer, is that they make mistakes. They're not all-knowing.
Right.
As we saw with that, I thought he'd talk. Like, that was just like, oof. Oh boy. And for Mark to be the hand that dealt that kid's, almost did.
Yeah. Let's start at the beginning. We see, is the first scene Layla getting a fake passport?
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, and Turkish Delight, folks.
Is that what those were?
It's irresistible.
That's
that's what I think they are, right?
I don't know.
They look like
We're
marshmallows.
about to go look it up.
Yeah.
I haven't had Turkish Delight. Like, I've had it once, maybe.
Isn't it like a cube and they're like jello-y and they have
You're right. It looks like they were.
Was it?
Yeah. So, and then I heard about Madripoor later in the episode. I'm like, oh, is it Zemo? How did he get away from the Dormelage or whatever?
Zemo, where?
Huh? No, because it's like Turkish Delight, some guy from Madripoor that you meet that's rich.
Connected it and you're like, Zemo.
And I was like, oh, a few minutes later, because we don't know when this is right now, right?
Yeah. Well, supposedly there is a thing on a bus about it's post snap or post unsnap.
Blip.
Blip. Is the blip
The
coming
blip.
back?
I think the blip is like the period of time of like the 5 years.
Oh.
Like that's what it's, so post blip is like after the snap, the second snap.
Yeah. Okay.
Bringing everyone back.
Okay. So, the blip is between the snaps.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, between two snaps.
Yes.
With
There are
Zach
two
Galifianakis.
firms.
But there needs to be a post Eternals now with how crazy the Eternals
I
was.
saw a hand come out of which is the world.
Oh, I feel like I love Eternals. I'm going to say that on the record. I know a lot of people don't. I love Eternals, but it definitely left me with so many more questions.
Yeah.
Like, and then Harry Styles at the end, I was just even more confused.
I like Eternals. I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is I like it. I just think it has like some flaws. But the flaws are not its diversity. Those are not flaws. The flaws are not the flaw, like Icarus is a flaw to me. Like I did not like Icarus at all.
Well, weren't you supposed to kind of not like him?
I just don't like him. Thena and Gilgamesh, the flaw is that Gilgamesh died.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
I want them together. Also, they're in love. I don't know.
I cry.
I don't know why people are
So
denying it. People denied that.
I know, and I yelled at them for it.
I know. Well, I mean, I know why they denied it, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I like Eternals and whatever. What were we getting at? Oh, this takes place after the blip. I think that somebody said there was a thing on the sign on the bus.
After the snap.
After the second snap. After the second snap.
The blip. It's post blip.
All of it's the blip. Okay, all of it's the blip.
That's what Hannah's saying. Hannah's saying the five years is the blip. First snap, second snap.
Okay.
Yes.
Bookends the blip.
Thank you. Yes. Okay.
Got it. I'm on board.
I don't know if that lady's her mom, Layla's mom, but like it's pretty badass that this lady, her name according to the subtitles is Lagaro. I wrote it down. I don't know who she is. I tried to look it up, but don't know. And mentioned that Layla's dad's an archaeologist. Did Steven or Mark kill him?
I think so. I think because it was mentioned in the first episode or something, like a mercenary took out a team of archaeologists in the dig site. And then talking about Layla's dad being killed or implying that he was killed at a dig site.
Yeah.
And then Harrow's whole thing being like, she deserves to know.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I feel like 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
No,
I mean, you're
got
probably
it.
right. You're probably right.
That's when,
Miss Marauder says not to be a stickler, but the blip is bringing everyone back.
Yeah.
So the snap is the snap and the blip is the blip. Those are just the two.
In my head, they're different, but I'll accept this terminology.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In the comics, Mark manifests Stephen Grant when his father dies, right? At an archaeological dig at the age of 12. And then that's why he has such like a rudimentary British accent.
Are we talking in the comics?
I'm pretty sure the comics.
I mean, keep in mind, Hannah, I don't know. What's your experience with the Moon Knight comics?
None.
Okay. I barely have any as well. I'm reading the current run, and then I had read when he was dealing with the Avengers, like, last couple years. But, like, I've never read his solo run because I've never really been interested in Moon Knight up until fairly recently.
He's part of the Marvel Knights crew. Like all the overly violent, very damaged men.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Elektra.
Marvel's edgelord imprint.
Yeah. I mean, I like War Machine, but yeah, that's just...
Yeah, there's the Max line too.
Yeah, there's Max too.
Yeah. Miss Marauder's out there. By the way, Miss Marauder's awesome. And even when she's not like face-wise on the show, she's always there in the chat. So thank you for that. Miss Marauder says somebody made an annoying TikTok about a Lego mistake about the blip. Anyway, no, in the comic, it happens after the trauma with his close family friend.
Oh, okay.
So there we go.
Right.
Then we see Steven running across the rooftop, getting to those 3 guys who stabbed the one guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
well,
what do you guys think about that scene? Because I thought it was kind of campy.
I felt like I didn't have enough information. Like they just show the noise of the knife being pulled out of the guy or put in.
Yeah.
And then he turns into Poe Dameron for a second. Like, guys, what are we doing? Are we dancing? Do I go first? Do you go first? Like, what?
You're right. It was kind of like that. But like the guys were very like caricatures. Like it's kind of like in Aladdin, the animated movie.
Yeah.
Which is
no, I could. They're like the henchmen.
It's the over exaggerated Middle Eastern henchmen.
The young kid didn't look that bad, and it's not like they were using Chris knives where it's a curly blade, and like from Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
which is a real knife.
Yeah,
in India, but
yeah.
I mean, we're in Egypt, but I'm just saying, yeah.
But like, just the guy with the mustache being like,
no, but they do that all the time.
You want to do that again? Wow.
And then he punch. I love that part. Whoa, like Vega does that.
I don't know
when he like licks his claw.
Went up right now.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
Right.
I don't know. People are asking for my OnlyFans. Okay, that's weird.
Okay. Well then.
Really?
I will never watch you spread butter on toast and then watch you just lick the knife.
What are we talking about? Anyway, what were you saying?
Apparently a new fetish for our OnlyFans.
Okay. Anyway, I just think that they were kind of weird and campy, and then they were like dance fighting. Like he drew the line with the
with the circle. No, that's all like stereotypical
like
knife. It's just
because capoeira
posturing.
Kind of does a thing.
Yeah, I think it's just funny as hell that they're just like, what are you doing?
It was weird.
Oh yeah. So good.
I did like there was one guy who's like, in your face, foreigner. and he threw the
Oh
knife.
yeah. That was the
Okay,
kid.
that was
It was
pretty
the kid.
funny.
Yeah.
I laughed at that because I was like,
And the kid gets slapped, right?
yeah.
Yeah, he got Will Smith. Yeah.
I first thing, I hate that
He got Chris
verb.
Rocked.
Oh no.
He did tell a bad joke.
He did tell
But he
that
didn't he didn't say Layla. So
Yeah.
his wife's name was not coming out of his
Right.
mouth.
Right. Oh yeah, keep first thing, I hate the fact that like can't a person just slap someone without it being referred to that incident? Like
I'm
that
sorry.
incident was the first slap in history.
Was that not the Oscars?
I know. It's just because people at like trivia night have brought it up, and I'm like, all right, we can get past it, right? But like, all right, we'll see.
I gotta get them while the takes are. The takes aren't hot, but
Yeah, no, they're not.
Mm.
Then we see the reversal of Steven taking over Mark, like that Mark took over Steven.
Yes.
And then he gets into a taxi for the airport. Which I think which was a cool reversal. What?
I mean, or not.
What's or not?
Like maybe it's the third personality.
No, because it was Steven talking to him right before, and then he just got put into an airport. I don't know. I just felt like that was the nice way. Because I feel like if he blacked out and went to the third personality, he would have killed those guys right then and there, right?
Well, okay, let's go through the 3 sequences, right? He fights the guys, passes out.
I already feel like I need to rewatch this.
Yeah. Wakes up. Oh no, he goes to interrogate him after he has all 3 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
it's the knife to the guy's neck. He sees the reflection of Steven. Steven says, don't.
Mhm.
He does the thing and he passes out and he wakes up in the taxi going to the airport. That's Steven.
Okay. Because then it happens again, right?
When it happens again, though, it's
there's
him.
a knife already in a guy.
The third, yeah.
Yeah. You had any thoughts, Hannah, about the whole role reversal?
I thought it was like, it was nice to see like the inverse, I guess, like Mark's perspective of like losing control, because like up until then we've mostly been focused on like Steven's character and like his personality and excuse me, being in control of the body. So like that was kind of nice to see. And also I guess seeing the panic was different on Mark than Steven, like all of a sudden not in control and then coming. So I thought that was really interesting, because up until then we viewed Mark as this very like calm, cool, collected character who apparently kills people and like serves a god. So like you don't see these like human parts of him, I guess.
Right.
Or you hadn't?
It's very similar to 2 characters we've seen on Disney Plus shows that so far up until those Disney Plus shows, they were the master planners that were always one step ahead. And that is Loki and Zemo. And we see in both those shows, we see kind of how they react to not being a step ahead. And that they pride themselves on being a step ahead. And when there can't be a step ahead, then you kind of see how they react according. We were thinking essentially kind of like Mark is that step ahead kind of guy, but really we're seeing him be like, no, he's just kind of the same as Steven in a way.
Yeah.
Well, you miss the parts that you don't have with each persona, as we see with the Egyptian expertise.
Oh, yeah.
Of Steven.
Because they're different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Different identities.
But it's like it's different parts of yourself, I guess. Is that what you're saying, Paul? Like it's
dissociative disorder, but I've said on previous episodes that they still can unconsciously tap from like the same source material, like with Layla loving that French poet and Steven memorizing the same said poet. It's weird though. So Mark is really kind of just the muscles and reflexes, and Steven is the
smarts in the brains.
Is the brains.
Is he the brains because Mark has closed that brain part off, or because Steven, we don't know how long he's been Steven, but like Steven spends most of his free time studying.
Yeah, but he's also like a mama's boy. I feel like he's less mature, and I noticed that like most creatives and intellectuals tend to have that kind of, I don't know, aspect about them. Like it fleshes out that type of archetype.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is this Egyptian, if we're led to believe that Mark came first and Stephen was the partition off, that are we to believe that Mark had the Egyptian expertise and then when he partitioned off Stephen, that expertise went to Stephen, or that Stephen learned the Egyptian expertise because of his love for Layla subconsciously?
Oh,
I think probably. Oh, I think. Sorry, Paul.
no, it's okay. Yep, you got it.
I think it might be a little bit of both, like a combination of like he probably had the background knowledge of things going on, and then like got even more knowledge when he became Khonshu's avatar and stuff. But I think for Stephen, it was like he ended up in a place, and he might not have known why he was drawn to these things, but for him, he like found comfort in like learning about them. He obviously like found some sort of fulfillment. So I think that like a lot of the heavy lifting was done by Stephen. It may have started with Mark, but it has been primarily done by Stephen.
I think whenever his associative disorder or dissociative disorder like came about, right?
I don't know when it happened.
Yeah. Because Khonshu is a new thing, right? Since Layla doesn't know.
No, Layla knows.
No, Layla knew. Because Layla was
Layla
like,
did.
put on your suit or whatever, right?
Suit up.
Suit up.
Yeah. Flame on.
Yeah.
Right.
We after this whole thing, we see obviously that what we think is that third personality take over. He stabs the guy. He puts the Khonshu tells him put over the ledge. He does. The guy says praise Amit. Cut to like the thing dies. Khonshu. I think Khonshu brings up two big swings in this episode, right? One is the blocking out the sun with the moon, right? The eclipse.
Yeah.
Lunar eclipse.
Right?
That's the phone
the
call.
first swing. And that, he says, to signal an audience with the gods risks their wrath. And then he does it. We all see it. Everybody sees it. And then we get the trial.
The avatars.
And I tried writing down all the names and what I could find. Because we got only a name for Hathor's avatar, but we got different avatars for different gods, which is why I have this background. I'm like, okay, this is from Marvel. This is Marvel's version of the Egyptian gods. I was expecting to see a Black Panther there or Bast of some sort, because Black Panther is the avatar of Bast, right?
Yeah.
Unless she has another avatar that's not Black Panther. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, yeah. You've seen Black Panther, right?
Yes, I've seen Black Panther.
Cool.
But
I think it's funny that just like, because Bast is like their god, but Bast is an Egyptian god. So I just find it interesting.
Well,
that
they
the
also
pantheons kind of overlap.
The oh crap, they don't call him Manape for reasons. What's his name?
M'Baku.
M'Baku. Yeah, they worship Hamanan, or is that how you say it?
I don't know.
It's a
the Jabari tribe, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's and it's like a Hindu reference.
Is it?
Yeah.
The way they don't eat meat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Hanuman is a gorilla god worshipped by the Jabari.
It caused a little bit of controversy, so.
That is interesting. Hanuman is a Hindu god and monkey companion of the god Brahma. So that is interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so like, there's no monotheistic like culture, I guess.
It makes sense in Marvel because all the gods kind of exist and they traveled the world. We see that like that's what they said. All the Egyptian gods fled, right? They went to different sides of the world. Hathor, her avatar, she's the goddess of music and love. Her avatar is Yatzil, who is the girl that we see who looks indigenous. So I'm assuming South American of some sort. And that's just an assumption. I have no idea. But I do know that, like, there's a guy named Selim. I think he's Osiris's avatar. From what I was trying to piece it together. But then we also have Horus, Isis, and Tefnut. And so, like, they went to different sides of the world and, like, got their avatars from wherever. So in the Marvel universe, yeah, these gods go all over the place, right?
Yeah, it's not like a haunted house where like the spirit is bound to the, you know.
Like a haunted house. That's what you came up with.
Well, I
mean, I feel like it's
what?
I feel like it's a pretty good analogy. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, they don't have to haunt these grounds. They're not ghosts. They're gods.
We haunt bodies, not ghosts. Or not. I almost said not ghosts, not spaces.
I ain't afraid of haunting no ghosts.
Yeah. Look at Sidorak.
Give it to me.
He comes on over here from where the fuck Sidorak is.
With the Dark Dimension, I think. I'm not quite sure.
He's also from the Dark Dimension?
I don't. There's a lot of things from the Dark Dimension.
Are we just being like super vague? Like the Dark Dimension has its own like
I'm sure
providences. It's like Americans with Canada. Like where the fuck are you from?
Right.
One of them states? Hats uni?
Which state of the Dark Dimension is Saitorak from? I don't know.
Rhode Island too.
They bring up Medjay Senfu, which makes me think of the Mummy, because what's his name is a Magi.
Yeah,
like,
the Magi.
I don't even know what Magi's are. Does anyone know?
It was the cool guy from Deuce Bigelow.
No, I know. It's what's his
Are you looking
name?
for a job description for like what a magi is? Because I have no idea.
Yeah. That's because I mean we've seen it in the Mummy and we saw it here, and I don't know what
there's an anime called Magi, but it deals with Aladdin.
What?
It's really good. Magi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, as I looked that up, we go over to Mogart's place.
Mogart?
Mogart was the guy.
There was so much happening. I did not know what to focus on. I'm going to be honest.
Right. They're playing a sport called El Merma. I'm going to have a lot of research to do after this. Not enough time in this after show to like research all this thing. A sport that I didn't know existed. El Merma. So, cool.
Hey, we're getting cultured, folks.
I feel more cultured. Yeah.
A big complaint is that they keep showing just the pyramids at Egypt, and then they make the hues always like orange and red.
In Moon Knight or in general when
Egypt? Yeah, Egypt. And it's like there's so much more to show, and we are just obsessed with that.
I agree. I think we're seeing a little bit more of Egypt than we thought. Oh, we see that like boat ride when Layla and
Mark.
Layla and Mark are on it, and like we just see a little bit more, so that's kind of cool. Mogart stuff takes up the rest of the episode, right?
Oh yeah, they have to track down the because they're trying to find where the scarab's going.
They have to find the sarcophagus of Senfu.
Yeah, which is a black market dealer sells them. Yeah, stolen. It's Mozart with a G.
Yeah,
it's
or Bogart with an M.
Yes, that is how letters work.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're
no, but like the association of Humphrey Bogart, and weren't they also in? There's a movie in
Casablanca. Wait, that's not Humphrey?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
So, and then they mentioned Madripoor. We get introduced to Mogart just to see him get hit in the back with a crescent moon.
He has a history.
Be shirtless and then put a robe on.
Yeah,
he has history with Layla.
Yeah. Do you guys think? You guys think they were together?
Yes.
Was that a thing? Was that?
I feel like there was something.
They never closed the deal, so there's definitely tension of a sexual nature.
Is it like Friends, where they're like, where you can tell? What did they say? You can tell when somebody two actors have had sex because then they lose the chemistry. Versus,
Nope.
have you seen that episode where Joey's acting with the director's girlfriend? The director's girlfriend's also in the play, and then Joey is in the play, and they have like sexual chemistry, and then that's like prevalent on stage, and then they have sex, and they don't have chemistry on stage anymore.
I've never heard of that.
Is this season 5? Is this like one of the later seasons?
Season 5 is not even late. It's a 10 episodes.
10
season series. Season 5 would be halfway. Wouldn't even.
When did Marcel the monkey leave? Because that's when I left.
That's like
too.
season 1 or 2.
I know.
Marcel the monkey leaves early. Anyway, Ms. Marauder says in the comics he was a kid, preteen. In the show, he says he's had it under control, so it's possible he could still be true in the world of the show. I don't know what that's in reference to.
For his DID.
Yeah.
When it
That
manifested.
Manifested in as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What do we think about the fight scenes in this episode?
Why did he wait? Conchi was like, "Come on!" I'm like, maybe something, because what's his face shows up.
Harrow.
Harrow. Yeah.
Harrow's always showing up.
Just walking in.
Be always showing up.
Also,
alone.
Ethan Hawke has no lips. I realized that.
You didn't notice that?
I didn't notice that. I've never gotten close enough to him.
Man, that's all I see.
I guess neither have I.
Yeah.
Just a little, like one of those ventriloquist dolls, just no lips.
I like Ethan Hawke. He has a lot of talent. It's just not in his lips.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine.
Not in his Mandarin either.
Small,
that's what I heard too.
Ay. But the point is they're learning. They just don't have one.
They're learning.
Okay. I have many thoughts I will not say, but okay. It's going to be a tangent. We don't need to go there.
Okay. All right. I mean, we could take. We're trying to improve our Nielsen ratings for this episode
because we're broadcasting on television,
to live streams and podcasts.
Yeah, it's because Nielsen has kept up to date with that.
Yeah. Anyway, we see the Moon Knight moon cape.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I was so hyped for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but then we see him get stabbed a bunch.
Yeah.
By the El Mermach players.
They had live spears.
I didn't know they were fighting with spears. I thought they were just staffs.
They were.
All of a sudden they were going through him, and I was like, oh. I thought they were like jousting poles, but like without the pointy part.
It's like no.
I mean, they were, and then they busted out the live spearheads. Yeah.
You gotta go full Mermach, or don't go at all. That's what I say.
Yeah, as of like 20 minutes ago when you learned what it was.
As of 20 minutes ago where I learned what El Mermach is.
And the cape blocks all the bullets.
The cape?
Yeah, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's an invincible hero, unfortunately.
I mean, doesn't everybody want a significant other that has like a bulletproof cape? Like, I feel like.
I mean, I would want a bulletproof cape for myself.
Or that too. I'm saying, like, if somebody wants to protect me with a bulletproof cape, I'm cool with that too. Like, I'm just saying. But yes, we could all use a bulletproof cape or two. If everybody had, the world had everybody in the world had a bulletproof cape, then we'd all be.
If there was no shortage of bulletproof capes,
right,
we'd all be covered.
We'd all be covered.
No, would I have to turn into Vision and just be like, well, you see that it keeps escalating.
We are the ship of Theseus, or whatever it is.
Oh, no, not that part. This is like Avengers. Yeah. In Avengers, where they talk about Ultron being like,
like escalations of arms race, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was, Age of Ultron.
Right. That's,
No, it was Civil War.
Did you guys have a favorite moment? Oh, and then I guess the final scene, right? The final scene is, where did they get those ripped up pieces from? The sarcophagus?
Yeah.
That's why they went there in the first place.
Remember they were looking at the star charts because they're talking to each other and like the jig was up, and that's what,
That's right.
Then Haro shows up.
Yeah.
On top of them already having
the chaos.
Yeah.
And
also
then,
Layla can hit her shots one-handed.
Yeah.
She's a marksman. Mark.
She was low key like fucking it up. I was like, okay.
Like I thought Mark was the Merc.
To swear.
No, they're all. Yeah, you can fuck it up. You can shit fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you can do
Ass
whatever you
damn
want.
it. We can go British.
Yeah, right. Cock and balls.
Yeah,
Wow, you
gash.
just straight there. Okay.
I mean,
Right.
we were talking about
Grundle,
cussing in British. Isn't
taint.
that like
You tosser. You tosspot.
You wanker.
wanker? What were we saying? I forget.
I was just talking about how good Layla was.
Oh, Layla
Yeah.
is there
Like a
more to
merc.
Layla than meets the eye? Because she can shoot really well, and she has like a literal necklace thing that turns into 2 daggers.
Well,
I mean, I feel like considering her upbringing, yeah.
true. But she knew that guy too. The
Beck
more
is his name.
Oh, Beck's his name. And then what was really cool, she grabs the glass and then rubs it on him. And I think
Wait, what part?
When was that?
there was shattered glass next to the sarcophagus. She grabs it and she tries to like rake him over the face with it.
Ouch.
That's after or before she does this thing?
That's the beginning of the fight because they cut back and forth to Moon Knight. Oh, we forgot about the part where Steven shows up. He's like, time out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, can everyone just calm down?
And he says an effing minute.
Yeah.
Because he can't say fuck.
Yeah.
But
and then he gets stabbed again. He's like, take the body, Mark.
Look, I love the Mr. Knight in the comics, but that was pretty hilarious.
Right.
I'm obsessed with him.
Because why did he switch back to Steven? Did Steven take the control of the body? Oh, because he didn't want him to kill him, right?
Yeah.
And then he takes it, and then he gets stabbed, and he's like, take the body back. And then
Yeah, we're
Mark takes the
way
body back.
past words. Even though at that point Mark did have them dead to rights, and that's where they were able to get the time to grab the spears.
Yeah.
Oof. Such a good scene.
But then, like, that guy, Mogart, he was just riding on the horse, and then, like, he just throws the thing, and he goes into the fog, and that's all.
We hear it, yeah.
That being said, on a sadder note, that actor is no longer with us. That's that actor who passed away.
Oh.
And this is his one and only episode.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys had heard, before Moon Knight came out, they mentioned that a Moon Knight actor passed away. So people were like, Oscar Isaac, and it's like, no, it's this guy in this episode. But it's that guy.
I did not realize it was him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it natural causes or?
No, I think it was. I could be. Maybe I'm not making that part up, but
No, he did.
For some reason, skiing accident. Is coming to mind. I'm gonna look it up just so we have it for real.
JFK Jr. died that way. There's a lot of people that die from skiing accidents.
Oh, that's interesting. Mogart is Midnight Man. He's an actual character in the comics.
Oh.
I assume. You don't just be like, hey, your nephew Mogart? You want me to put his name in the show?
Well, sometimes they do that, right?
Mogart? It's like Mozart and yogurt.
Well, they got Crawley. They got Crawley as
Mozart and yogurt.
Mozart from the makers.
Yeah.
Mozart and yogurt.
I'm not naming any kid yogurt.
It was. I didn't make it up. It was a skiing accident.
Name it Mogart.
It was a skiing accident on January 19th.
Jeez.
That's so sad.
That is.
It's a dangerous activity, folks.
Oh man.
Just mountains and snow. All the combinations. Not great. Just sorry.
But he only filmed. Oh no!
The
somebody else is going to take over the role. I don't know how.
Oh.
Well, as long as they don't do any more Star Wars deep fakes, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, but okay. So it looks like that character will continue, but R.I.P. to Gaspar Ulliel, if I'm pronouncing that right. We see in the final scene, I mean, I thought it was pretty damn cool. They're putting together the star charts, but they need to see the stars from 2,000 years ago. holy guacamole. And then
That was really cool.
Khonshu's like this emo teenager. He's like, I remember that night. I remember all this.
Yeah, you're right.
It's so emo. He's like, Mom, close the door. The light's coming in.
Okay, but that's like, it's kind of his time to shine.
Sure.
Right.
You know, he's like, good thing I have exactly what we need to solve this problem right now.
Right. But like, and weirdly enough, this is the part where I felt bad for Khonshu. And Miss Marauder says, and Khonshu was finally nice to Steven for a second. When was he nice to Steven? What did he say?
He said it was going to be a great sacrifice. And I was like, oh, they're going to have to kill Layla. And then is like, no, they're going to seal me in stone.
Yeah.
And then he kind of, oh no, he also tells Steven, tell Mark to come and save me when they turn me into stone.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we see that. And he needs, you know, Steven's help, right?
Yeah.
Doing that and turning back the sky. All the
Yeah,
people in the Marvel
do it.
universe, I don't know what they're like. Just a normal like civilian in the Marvel universe is like, there's a hand up in the sky one time.
At this point, you're just like,
Yeah.
You know what else? Yeah. What else can life throw at me?
Right.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
the Hulk could throw a aircraft carrier at you,
and it would be a Tuesday.
You know what? Can life throw at
Earth
you?
616, it would be a Tuesday.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I thought 9/11 was going to be the craziest thing I saw in my lifetime. And then the events that kept happening got cartoon nightmare.
Wait,
weirder
in Marvel?
No, I'm just saying, like, as like in comparison to like, oh, this horrible epic thing that happened. It's crazy. And then you're like, oh yeah, you think that's crazy? Well, this is crazy.
Crazy things keep happening.
Yeah, and like they're different crazy, or they're crazier, or they're less crazy.
Right.
And so
I think
Australia was on fire.
Desensitized to like these like batshit crazy things that are happening because they seem to be happening at least once a year,
right?
Indefinitely.
Like Australia was on fire at the beginning of 2020.
And then Kobe Bryant died too in that horrible helicopter accident.
And then Kobe Bryant died.
It was like week after week.
The pandemic happened.
Yeah, and like now, as far as all our favorite celebrities, we don't know what an age appropriate for them to like, you know, step out. So like every day, it's like, you know.
Wait, sorry, what?
Someone's passing. I don't know.
Oh,
just
Gilbert
you know,
Gottfried passed today.
I know. That's like, I'm just like, yeah, sure, bring it. None of the scumbags of Hollywood. Nope, just you know, cherished treasures. Iago the parrot.
What was his name? Kirk
Douglas?
No.
Wow.
No, not Kirk Douglas.
I'm joking.
I forget his name. Was a scumbag and he died. I'll have to figure out the name.
Oh, well, I know Rush Limbaugh before he died.
Famous actor's dad, who was also a famous actor. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Miss Marauder says, remember when Notre Dame burned down? Yeah. That was early.
Oh, holy shit.
When was that?
I completely forgot.
Wait, when was that?
Yes, there was a fire
like
at Notre Dame.
I think that was it 2019 or
2020?
or early 2020. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
See?
Well, it's rebuilt now, isn't it? Or it's in the process.
Well, because everybody cared.
It's burned down a lot.
Everybody cared a lot about Notre Dame, so they're like, people donated a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. True that.
I totally forgot that burned down though. Holy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anywaes, yes,
crazy couple of years.
Yeah.
Many crazy days.
Khonshu turns back the stars. They see it. He gets frozen in stone. And then Selim, who I believe is Osiris's avatar, talks to Harrow. Why does he bring Harrow back into the Pyramid of Giza? Just because? Harrow shouldn't have anything to do because Amit is buried. So Amit shouldn't have an avatar, right?
Yeah, I'm very confused about that dynamic because there's sorry. Wait.
Go ahead. Nope, continue.
Oh, just like if she's sealed away in the similar manner that Khonshu was just sealed, and that stripped Mark of his powers and his abilities of being an avatar, would that not be the same for what's his butt? Harrow?
If if Amit is sealed away, is she allowed to have an avatar? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, like how does that even work?
Like, yeah, Harrow should just be a normal person, right? Like, as far as those avatars are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is a normal guy getting invited to the Pyramid of Giza?
He's previously the avatar of Khonshu.
Yeah.
Khonshu has been kicked out, so I assume...
Kicked out but not imprisoned, like Amit. Now he's in prison, like Amit.
Sure, and they did bring him up, though. And the relationship at the trial, or whatever, at the summoning.
Also, it's not the full Ennead.
Yeah.
Which is weird, too. Where are the rest?
They couldn't make it, man. Everyone's got busy schedules.
Short notice.
Yeah.
They missed the portal.
Yeah. Missed the portal. Because we only
Boss
have
has
5
to.
of the Ennead, and Khonshu and Amit are not part of the Ennead. So we had 5.
Right. But yeah, the whole thing was he turned the accusations on Mark and Steven.
Miss Marauder says, why are these gods being fooled by Harrow? Are they really just taking his word for things? They don't have a magical lie detector?
Literally, I was like, if he has the little death stick that can like determine someone's morality or whatever, do they not have a lie detector test?
Unless they're literally gods of truth. I wouldn't assume that they would have a power to tell the truth, like to see the truth.
Like a lasso of truth? No,
Right.
I don't got that. Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if their powers don't include truth-based powers, then they could be fooled.
They're not omniscient. Yeah.
I just like, well, I mean, the avatars aren't, but if they were like, if the gods were like, okay, let's go take a look-see-loo where they're digging, see what they're doing. I feel like they could have just seen like what he was trying to do or the cult that he built.
I think they're lazy. I think the gods are lazy. They say they only observe and they don't meddle, but it doesn't seem like they observe everything. It's just, they're just like, eh.
You know what it is? They're they're like the people that take in a lot of fake news, you know. They're very gullible. They don't do research. They don't question it. Just like, yep, that's true.
Right.
The frogs are turning gay from the water.
But they're not burdened by man's world.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that if they went to go check on Harrow's dig site, they would be burdened by man's world.
Oh, so they're running, sticking their heads in the sand, going la 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 la. I don't want to.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, that would make sense.
They're super lazy. They super do not care. Khonshu is the only one who's actively out there because they said even though you have an avatar, the avatars are just to observe. They're not to meddle.
I think it's more. I think it could be that they are lazy. I also think it's more of a vindictive thing because they're like, we didn't turn our back on people, they turned their back on us, so we're just taking a step back. We're not. So I think it's like less of like they don't want to do anything, and it's more of like on principle.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why don't you appreciate what I do? What do you
Literally.
do, Set? What do you do,
Yeah.
Osiris?
I mean, Set wasn't there, but yeah.
Well,
Like, where are the other gods?
Yeah, but like, what do these gods do though, or are they just the embodiment?
I mean,
of?
I got their names. I got the 5, the 5 names. We got Hathor, we got Osiris, we got Horus, we got what we would call Isis, but it's Isis is what they said. And Tefnut.
Is Tefnut the god of truck nuts? All right, there you go, folks. That was my bad joke of the night.
There we go. Speaking of which, I looked it up. The bad person who did die was Kirk Douglas. It was Kirk Douglas.
Oh, it was Kirk Douglas.
Yeah. Horrible person.
I'll tell Michael Douglas.
He's Michael Douglas's father, and he did bad things to Natalie Wood. Underage Natalie Wood.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I'm
good
glad
riddance.
I have that in my head right before I go to bed.
Good riddance. Sometimes we luck out and we lose one. That's fine.
I wish we had a Me Too that would like actually work.
Back in the 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we wouldn't have an airport named after John Wayne.
Right. That's our local airport, by the way, Hannah. John Wayne.
I know. I flew into it.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So how are we feeling about this episode, and then like going into episode 4? I heard episode 3 and episode 4 are wild.
Oh, so this was tame? Really? That's crazy.
No, that episode 3 and 4 are wild.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, for me, I think a lot's happened.
Yeah.
And the shit's cray. And
I think
like,
episode
wow.
4 is going to be the same type of thing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's escalating. And then we're going to forget about this.
Yeah.
And that's how the people are on the MCU world.
Right. By the way, was it all the stars around the whole world or just around where they are?
No, it was definitely wherever the night sky is. So it wouldn't be visible on the other side of the planet because of light pollution.
Right.
I have just like a quick question here. Could it potentially have been a thing of like Khonshu, instead of physically turning back the night sky or whatever, was like, I'm going to draw it on a piece of paper, the night sky. And so you couldn't align, like, instead of having to like physically change everything, if he already knew what it looked like, would there not have been another way for him to like give that? Does that make sense?
He needs the avatars, right? To do anything or to even be linked to this.
Well, he didn't need the avatar to eclipse the sun.
No, but like,
it just seemed like it was a big move. So he needed the avatar.
Yeah, just a big swing.
And so he needed help. But you're right. Like
thinking, was there like another way to do that without getting himself imprisoned? Or was him getting imprisoned a part of the whole plan?
Oh, it could be.
Maybe.
It could be.
That is a good theory.
Huh.
That is
pay
not
attention sometimes.
That's not a bad TikTok theory.
Okay.
I'm there's subtext there, but I'm not gonna say anyone's names. Like a bad theory.
Bad? Like, okay.
Bad TikTok theories. Anyways,
bad TikTok theories. No, but that is a good TikTok theory. But what if he was just bad at art? He's like, I'm the god of the moon, not of art.
What if he can't let go of that staff and then his other hand he can't?
Or what if he used the staff to draw into the sand?
But it's not.
I just feel like there was like a lot of different ways he could have gotten the night sky, from 2,000 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, but then what kind of shows that?
You are totally right. You are totally right. We are living in the realm of gods and monsters.
Again,
change the night sky.
Maybe it's not part of his power set. Like, creativity is not part of his power set. It's not the way he operates, right?
Yeah.
He is very literal. He enacts literal justice. Unlike Amit, who is like the sins that you might do later in life. That's not literal, right? It's very like what is to come. It seems like Khonshu's very literal.
So just like tangible versus intangible.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm not gonna draw, like think of something and draw it. That's not the way he operates. He's like, I'm gonna show you what 2,000 years ago night sky looked like.
I think he's very immediate, whereas when it comes to both his judgment and his methods, whereas Amit is like, I will tell you what you did in the past and and your future. The entirety of you is what I'll judge you on.
Right.
So.
And what's his name? Khonshu is about here and now.
Yeah. Because he had no idea that kid wasn't going to talk. Like, he makes a lot of mistakes, and that's what short-term, impulsiveness is.
He's impulsive. He's big. He's big. We see two big swings in this episode, right?
Sure.
I'm writing notes.
He's the guy that uses the like powerful elixir in video games that you're not supposed to use until like a big boss. Yeah. It's like, I'll just drink it now.
Right. like if Khonshu had,
that's what it's giving.
If Khonshu had like Bane's venom.
Oh, he's pumping.
He's pumping right away. He's just like
he got nothing left. His heart, boom.
Yeah. Khonshu's the god, the Egyptian god of go big or go home.
Yeah. Amit is that one person that lets nothing go and will like judge you like, look, it's the manager. I'm going to have to fire you. All right. You've come in late and you're going to come in late and I'm going to let you go.
Right. Also, I'm the manager. You took an extra pepperoni for your pizza that you made yourself. How can I trust you? What's stopping you from taking that instead of extra pepperoni? You take a $20 out of the register, $100.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a slippery slope.
it's the slippery slope. It's the Egyptian god of slippery slopes.
You know how many 2,000 years a pepperoni every day? How much that is?
Yeah, extrapolate that, okay, sir. Extrapolate that. One pepperoni per day.
Accounting for inflation and the scarcity of pork. Yeah.
Right.
You know what you did.
And imagine you take one pepperoni and one pepperoni tips us over into bankruptcy. What then? Now you're without a job. I'm without a job.
You know, someone's going to chip clip this. Yeah. And they're just going to be like, well, the king just ran out of stuff to talk about. So
they were just riffing on
rambling about pepperonis. It did actually bring up something earlier when y'all were like, why didn't he do anything before Harrow showed up? Like why he didn't kill anyone or whatever. I think it's because he did lose some trust with Khonshu after the kid and then fell off the cliff. I think that we're starting to see the fractured trust between Khonshu and Mark, because the more you talk about Khonshu, he's impulsive, he's in the here and now, he's immediate. That feels like Mark, the way he operates in comparison to Steven, who is very much a planner, very much does not want to fight, wants to stop, wants to think about things. So I think he's just losing some trust in Khonshu.
Yeah. Well, also Harrow reveals that he enjoyed inflicting all that pain as Khonshu's avatar.
Yeah.
And is Harrow the actual bad guy?
Hannah brought up a good point. And that's Steven or Mark's hesitancy after that boy dies. I'm going to add on to that. And I'm going to say that it's not just after the boy dies. It's the trial. When they're all like, tell us he harmed you or whatever. And he's like, yes, or whatever. Whatever they said. And he's like, yes, he did. But that guy is still a a risk, right? A threat. So there was that whole bit of that whole thing that I think might have broken his trust in Khonshu.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of went into that whole thing blind. Khonshu was like, okay, I'm going to go summon the gods for you. And literally did not explain anything. So Mark was like, cool, what? And Khonshu obviously expected it to go well. Otherwise he wouldn't have summoned the gods. Or maybe it's part of a bigger plan.
Yeah.
Maybe a third divine act from Khonshu is coming.
I'm trying to see which one Khonshu is. No. Over here, off the edge is Moon Knight. So I think there's a Moon Knight avatar here. So that's never mind. So I guess none of these are Khonshu in my background.
Why is Anubis green?
I don't know.
Or is that not Anubis?
It looks like Anubis.
It looks like Moss Man. With the brown underwear. The furry.
Moss Man?
Well, I can't say He-Man because He-Man's not green. But if you have a green, all the Masters of the Universe are the same body, but then colors.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot to think about with this one.
There's Murata.
If episode 4 is gonna be as wild, I feel like it's just gonna fuck with our heads.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Hannah, you've been avoiding the previews, I take it.
Yes.
So
I have.
But there is a preview where I'm like, when is that episode gonna show up?
Oh, yeah. I
don't know what to say.
No spoilers. No.
I'm not gonna say it, but is it what's included in my countdown for this after show? Because there are some scenes that haven't showed up, and I'm like, I didn't know I was putting that up there, but all right. I just assumed they would be in the first 2 episodes, but no.
Yeah. So whenever that happens, I'm like, what's gonna happen? Anyways.
What do we want coming forward? We got 3 more episodes till this the whole series is over. It's not a multi-season thing.
It should be.
Or he's just gonna go on and join a team, and we'll see Moon Knight. somebody brought it up. Was it Miss Marauder or Paul last week that this is the first Marvel Plus show or Disney Plus show, Marvel wise, that has a new character. Like the main character's new.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
All the other ones are characters that we've seen before, and we know, and we've met, and then we expand upon that. This is the first time we're seeing someone new.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And yes, we didn't say Hawkeye, because that's a titular character, and technically they're both Hawkeye.
They're both Hawkeyes, but like still, it hinges on Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Right. Hannah, what do you want? What do you want coming up in episode 4? What do you want for the whole this whole series?
I think I mean, yeah, I honestly, what I want, I guess, out of the show as a whole, since it starts in London, I'm really hoping that they're going to bring in the Black Knight and Blade. I'm really hoping they're going to bring them together, but that's literally my only hope for the show, because I'm just trying to take it as it comes. Like, I'm trying not to theorize too much, because I don't want it to take away from the experience.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm trying not to like look too far ahead and be like, oh yeah. But I mean, I personally, I'm with you. I would like Blade, Black Knight, the Midnight Suns. I want them to Marvel to set up. I like what they're doing with the Egyptian gods. I wasn't up until this episode, I wasn't sure that the Egyptian gods would ever show up. I'm like, it's just Khonshu being a weird figment of your imagination kind of thing. And like, maybe he's real, maybe he's not. We'll see how it goes. But now we got full on Egyptian gods in this, which is great because Thor Love and Thunder is going to have Zeus. And like, and so great. It just looks like we're getting a lot of pantheons. Who knows whether the Egyptian gods will appear in Thor Love and Thunder? Because the reason is, I mean, I don't know. Are you familiar with Gore the God Butcher?
God Bomb. It's great.
Gore the God Butcher is a villain in Thor who lost his whole family to like this massacre. And he prayed to the gods and he prayed to the gods and he prayed to the gods and the gods never answered. So he goes, okay, I will find these gods and I will kill them. I'll kill them all. Gods don't stand. We're mortals. And so he attains godhood like on his own and he kills gods. We're talking like alien pantheons. We're talking like alien gods, human gods, all sorts of gods. He just kills them. And so that's Gore the God Butcher. So it seems to me like Zeus is probably going to die. And Gore the God Butcher is the villain in the movie. So who's to say that the Egyptian god won't die in this?
Also, try not to look at the Marvel Legends figures, because that is just a ton of spoilers for Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably too late, but
yeah, you know. I already saw who liked stuff, but nothing was too crazy. But yes, I would like the Midnight Suns. I would like a supernatural team.
Well, we can't have Damian Hillstrom, right? Because he had a show on Hulu.
Right, but we can have Elsa Bloodstone. That's who I'm gunning for.
Well, I want a Next Wave show, but we'll never get one.
We'll never get a Next Wave show. Do you know Elsa Bloodstone, Hannah? She's a monster hunter who comes from a line of monster hunters. And she's a foul-mouthed British monster hunter with a shotgun.
And
this sounds very like Teen Wolf, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch Teen Wolf?
She has like mystical artifacts and that sort of thing. But like, yeah. Are you a big Teen Wolf fan?
Yes. Is that
MTV one, right?
Yes.
And the original.
Okay.
Good, but...
I mean, yeah, the original close to my heart.
I don't want to say that doesn't surprise me. I'm not going to say it.
There was some judgment with that. I will have you know, they are actually pretty accurate with their mythology that they bring up in that show.
Okay.
So.
Oh, how the silver
yes.
that you need to kill a werewolf needs to be inherited. It's super weird.
Really?
But no, well, in this show, the whole thing is like the argents. There's like argent is silver in French, and it's like silver doesn't kill, the argents kill.
Right. What are the argents?
A family that kills.
Oh, because we
they kill
like
werewolves.
heard it wrong. That like
No, it's
Silver-
because their last name is Silver in French,
right.
and so they just like it was just like miscommunication.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a Teen Wolf movie coming out on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I can't get behind it, but
Not everyone's coming back. That's all I know.
yeah, Dylan O'Brien isn't coming back, and neither is Arden Cho. And Arden Cho was the only reason I continued watching for as long as I did.
I heard they screwed her over, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
I was talking to somebody about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we? How is this show going to end? Like, we already have Egyptian gods, full-blown Egyptian gods turning back the skies to 2,000 years ago. Is there going to be a god war? Is Amit going to come in and Khonshu going to fight her? Is Harrow going to get a suit of his own and fight Moon Knight? How are we doing this? How's this going to end up?
That would be pretty intense to see. That actually, I mean, it'd probably end with that.
That's
like
the
if,
Marvel way, though, and I kind of don't
Yeah.
like it, right?
Equal off opposites.
It's the
Really
it's the
sucks.
Golden Jaguar versus Black Panther kind of thing.
Ant-Man versus Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
Everybody
versus
Ironmonger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Hannah, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just saying like I can definitely see it going that route.
Yeah. If they want to end it very
Marvel.
I guess that's fine.
Layla gets it. I think that's what happens.
You think Layla's gonna die?
No, is
no,
Layla going to become
she's
the
the next
Avatar?
Avatar. So
you think Layla's gonna be Moon Knight?
she's gonna get it, and then he's gonna try to save her from that fate. But the problem is he's not the Avatar, so he's got to do it as, DID, between
You
Mark
think
and
he's gonna
Steven.
lose his powers?
Yeah.
Well, like his whole thing was like protecting Layla from Khonshu because Khonshu has his eyes set on her. So that
Right.
totally makes sense that
With
she would
3 episodes
become-
left.
yeah.
Do you think that Layla will get the Avatar and that Mark Spector will be Moon Knight, but like non-powered Moon Knight?
No. I think there might be a ritual or something,
Mhm.
and then she might get it for a little bit.
Right.
Like it won't stay hers, but
Yeah.
Oh, at some point in like the end of the show.
Unfortunately, we have damsel in distress, even though she's very capable.
Yeah.
I just
I thought you were saying that like we're gonna get a Moon Knight that's not powered at the end of the series.
Like I said, that one episode, that thing I can't say because it's spoilers from the preview, but that's what I was thinking is
I don't know. What
maybe
you're talking about, but
that's
okay.
you don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to know what
you
you're
can
talking
say it. It's
about.
okay.
Fine, I guess you can say it, but
The mental institution thing.
oh yeah, you're right. You did mention something like that. There's like a mental institute thing. Okay,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know where that fits. That could fit.
That's
anywhere.
what I was wondering too. So
That's
I was
probably end
wondering-
of episode 4. He probably gets stuck in mental institute.
Yeah, I'm like, well, he can't be empowered. Well, actually, right now he's technically not powered since Khonshu is stuck in his
His
statue.
powers are stripped.
Yeah,
so.
that's right.
So we're already there. So I didn't really predict anything.
You're right.
I just rehashed
Huh. Okay.
what happened.
I think something's gonna happen with like Khonshu being sealed up. It's gonna like break out somehow and probably go to Layla because she's like the first body that's there.
Miss Marauder says she thought that Harrow was gonna smash the statue at the end.
Okay, I thought so too.
But like that's like
That doesn't make
giving
sense.
away, like the gods would be like, "Hey, what'd you do?" And he'd be like, "I sneezed
I
and
bumped
it
it."
fell." Oh no! And they're like, "Okay, we trust you." Like, I wish I had the amount of trust in anyone in this world like I do the gods have in Harrow. The gods just like, "You're cool, dude. You're fine." Are you
That's the no violence in this chamber. They were like that would still constitute as violence. Any type of like, physically destroying something or
Right.
being malicious.
right?
And you saw how much power he had over Moon Knight.
Right.
Well, maybe it was Mark. Who knows?
Right. No violence in the smashing. What were we gonna? Oh, sorry. I was also thinking about in Parks and Rec where Jean Ralphio's sister and their father. You know what I'm talking about? Have you guys seen Parks and Rec?
I know of it.
I've seen parts of it.
And he's like, and you can do no wrong. Like, it was something like that. I forget the meme. Anyway.
Oh, or it's like, I have never done anything wrong ever in my entire life.
Yes. That's Arthur Harrow to the Egyptian gods.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool though, is if Harrow does do a like non-thugs, sending thugs to go rough up Mark.
Yeah.
What if he's the one's like, look, you're not well, and I'm gonna get you help, and then that's what happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Miss Marauder's finishing it. I've done nothing wrong in my life. I know this, and I love you. Money, please.
Money, please. That's what it is.
Oh,
yes.
I remember. I will. I feel like I'm gonna have to make a TikTok on that. I just feel like I have to at this point.
Yeah, you do.
Spoiler for Dimitri's TikTok.
Well, you heard it here
No one
first.
take the ideas.
What's it called? Behind the Magic? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being on this episode and talking about episode 3 of Moon Knight. Thank you to Miss Marauder out there, and the one guy on Twitch who I guess nobody actually knew. But thank you for being a fan, whoever you are, and whoever you're a fan actually, you're actually a fan of. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before we get going, well, first, I'll probably just ask my co-host, Paul, where can people find you? What do you got coming up?
I'm on here. That's it. That's all I got.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Paul helps me a lot behind the scenes. And you're co-host in this show.
Yes.
And we just did a big old WonderCon. Like, we hit WonderCon, took a lot of video content, did the after show. Paul helped a lot with that.
So, yeah.
Don't make it sound like Paul isn't doing anything.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All my socials, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at Mr. Plow, and then at Paul Lau Jokes on Twitter. And yeah, I hopefully we'll get some of it done to start releasing it off into the ether. So WonderCon footage. WonderCon
I've started working on it. So
Okay.
We shall see soon. And also thank you to our wonderful guest for episode 3. We got Hannah, aka your Favesian.
Thanks for having me. This was fun. Yeah. Sorry, the conversation was very chaotic.
Nope,
that is
very
life.
normal. Yeah,
that is normal. That is just the way it works out with this sort of thing.
We are agents of chaos. You heard what I said.
Did you say?
Yes.
Did you? Okay.
Southeast, and I'm guessing mainland. Since you speak Mandarin, I don't know.
Asians of chaos.
I don't speak Mandarin.
Oh, okay.
But I'm Japanese, but yes.
Oh
Asians
man, I was way off.
So east, south, and southeast.
Okay.
You got it covered.
I tried not to do the thing too. Hey, what are you? Where are you from? What are you?
What are you? No, I have guys be like, your cheekbones. What are you? I'm like, about to punch you. What do you want?
Wow. I would tell them to get fucked. Jeez.
I mean, I've had girls be like, "What are you? What are you?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The least important thing you need to know about me.
Literally, because they forget it in 2 seconds. The only reason they came up was to ask that question, and then they walk away, and you're like, I'm glad you're living with that knowledge now.
Yeah. Or they're going to tell me about something completely unrelated to me. I'm just like,
yep.
I don't care about
I get my wife is Asian a lot.
Oh, you meet a lot of libertarians with their Asian wives?
Yeah, I'll be like, I understand. My wife is Asian. I could not be racist.
You're like a Dyson ball vacuum cleaner. I love the brand and I know the model and I've been looking at you and I know all your buttons.
Or it's like the guys with their Teslas. They got to talk about them, you know? 2 other Teslas?
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Took a weird turn, but
some of our best friends drive a Tesla. Dimitri.
Hannah, where can we find you on social media?
I am your Favesian on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So it's all the same.
Awesome. How is it spelled for people in the listening to the podcast?
Oh gosh, there's okay. I have to think about this.
What do you want me? It's the same thing the whole way through, right? Like
yeah,
all your things.
Yes, it's URFAVSIAN. Europhasian.
Cool. You said it the same way you do in a spelling bee. It's like Europhasian. URFAVSIAN.
I'm sorry. Would you like me to not enunciate my letters?
No. That's not what I meant. I meant you repeat it afterwards. The word. I was 5th grade spelling bee champ for district.
I was grade. 6th grade class spelling bee champ. So.
Oh, you only.
I think I win.
As far as your.
That's all that mattered. That's all that mattered.
I thought onomatopoeia. Yeah, it's like. Oh, it doesn't start with onomatopoeia does not start with an A.
No, you're out.
No, I'm done. Hey, get the fuck off the stage.
Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. Paul, obviously, thank you for being co-host. Hannah, thank you so much for being our wonderful guest for today. Thank you to everybody out there watching and listening. If you're watching us, you're watching our live stream on Volume, Twitch, and YouTube at The Keeg Show on every one of those, plus all our social media. Follow us at The Keeg Show, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. If you're listening to the podcast, you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, if you want to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/The Keeg Show. If you want to donate to the show, do it through Patreon. Find a tier that works for you. Something as small as $5 per month goes a long way, and it helps the show and helps fund all this amazing content and doing the things that we need to do. Other than that, next week is obviously episode 4 of Moon Knight. But other shows that are coming up, we got Comic Talk every Thursdays. We got the Keeg back every Friday night. And this weekend, we're talking about Fantastic Beasts 3. And then we're doing it all over again the following week and the following week and the following week. So we got a lot of content coming from the Keeg. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you guys for making it possible. Both you guys on the show and everybody out there watching and listening. Once again, I'm your host, Dimitri Pereira. And this has been the Moon Knight After Show, episode 3. Take care, everybody. Peace out.